Welcome back to the series on transforming training and enablement from classroom to workflow. In episodes 2.3 and 2.4, the series explored how new hires and partners achieve success when enablement is embedded into workflows. As we continue our discussion on first wins and designing for early success, in episode 2.5, we turn our focus to customers and the importance of driving first wins. These are early successes that build confidence, trust, and momentum between the customer and product. When we put the customer onboarding experience under the LESS, we find that in some cases there is no formal end user training. The client may have access to a platform or solution but no structured guides, classroom, or video sessions. Even in these situations, first wins can be achieved by embedding actionable guidance directly into workflows. For example, the sales team identified a single tangible early win. The customer had a cumbersome process that they used daily that could be improved immediately. Rather than relying on formal training, the enablement team provided micro guidance such as short tips, simple templates, and quick reference steps. Within the first week, the customer hit that early win, immediately experiencing real value. That initial success built trust, encouraged engagement, and paved the way for further adoption even without traditional training. The key lessons from this approach are for the enablement team to define the win clearly. Success looks different for every customer. It is important to identify an early outcome that has practical and visible impact for the customer. Once the win is defined, it's time to embed enablement into the workflow. When formal training isn't available, learning must be in the flow of work that is actionable in the moment. Then we need to track progress and celebrate early success. The highlighting of measurable results reinforces confidence and momentum, even without classroom sessions. To close the loop and make it scalable, you should iterate quickly. This is done by capturing feedback and refining guidance. Fast adjustments help customers achieve wins sooner. Defining the first win begins with discovery. The customer-facing teams gather insights on business goals, workflows, and pain points through kickoff calls and targeted questions. They analyze historical data from similar customers to see which actions typically create early value. Then they collaborate internally to align on what's achievable and impactful. Once a potential first win is selected, it's validated with the customer to ensure it meets their priorities and is realistic given their resources. Finally, the win is prioritized for both impact and feasibility, creating a tangible early success that can be embedded into workflows and scaled across accounts. Once the first win is defined, the enablement team translates it into actionable guidance. Once the first win is defined, the enablement team embeds guidance directly into the customer's workflow. Instead of relying on formal training sessions, the team provides micro-learning in context. This will include quick tips, which are one actionable step per tip, concise, and may include screenshots or short GIFs that are delivered via email, PDF, or even a contextual helper in app prompts. Checklists break the first win process into simple step-by-step sequences the customer can follow without confusion. Templates give customers pre-built documents or reports that can be populated immediately, eliminating the need to start from scratch. Quick reference guides summarize essential steps and common pitfalls on 1 or 2 pages with visuals and concise instructions. By structuring guidance in this way, customers can achieve their first win immediately and independently, directly within their workflow without requiring formal classroom sessions. Tracking early wins is the next critical step. Customer-facing teams monitor adoption through platform analytics that provide visibility into system usage and adoption patterns. This includes logins, feature utilization rates, frequency of access, and time spent on key tasks. For example, if the first win is generate a weekly summary report, analytics would confirm whether the customer accessed the reporting module, created the report, and how often they repeated the process. Task completion data captures whether the specific milestone tied to the first win was actually achieved. This may appear as a completed setup wizard, a finished configuration checklist, or submission of a deliverable, for example, an uploaded first dataset or published first campaign. Task completion is the clearest indicator of whether the win is done versus in progress. or feedback adds qualitative insight. During scheduled customer calls, account managers or customer success managers can ask short targeted questions such as, "Have you been able to generate your first report yet?" Or "What roadblocks did you encounter while setting up the dashboard?" The responses surface not only whether the first win was completed, but also how smooth or painful the experience was. Even simple feedback like "It was easier than I expected" or "We got stuck until support showed us how to" provides actionable data to refine the enablement materials. Once the win is achieved, it's important to celebrate early success. Customers are acknowledged directly through messages, badges, or recognition from the account manager. Internally, the enablement team highlights the achievement to demonstrate the impact of workflow embedded guidance. Early recognition reinforces confidence, builds trust, and encourages further adoption. Finally, enablement teams should iterate quickly to make first wins faster, smoother, and more consistent. The process begins with capturing feedback in the moment. Customer-facing teams collect insights during check-ins, surveys, and support interactions to understand what worked and what caused friction. Enablement then refines assets such as quick tips, checklists, templates, and quick reference guides, simplifying steps that were unclear or adding missing context. These updates are tested and validated with a small group of customers or during the next onboarding cycle, confirming that refinements actually improve the experience. Once validated, improvements are scaled across accounts and lessons learned are documented so every team benefits from the enhancements. This rhythm of feedback, refinement, testing, and scaling ensures that early wins evolve into a repeatable and reliable model for customer success. Within the first week, customers experience real value and confidence, setting the stage for broader engagement. The takeaway: when enablement focuses on first wins, customers experience measurable results from day one, mirroring the success principles observed with new hires and partners. Early wins drive engagement, adoption, and long-term loyalty. In episode 2.6, Moments That Matter, Renewals and Cross-Selling, we'll explore how enablement strengthens customer confidence, loyalty, and adoption of additional solutions. I'd like to thank the team at Colossian for providing me with the tools to build this series.